Delta State government says it will make the use of face masks compulsory for residents in the state as part of measures to check the spread of COVID-19. Commissioner for Information Charles Anagu made this known while briefing the media on the outcome of the State Executive Council meeting held virtually and presided by Governor Ifeanyi Okowa. To give effect to the decision on the face mask, Anagu says that the governor will send an executive bill to the House of Assembly for possible passage into law. He further explained that the decision to make the use of face masks compulsory for citizens while in public places was based on the fact that to a large extent, face masks had helped to reduce the spread of the virus, the causative agent of COVID-19. Moving on, as part of the move to contain the spread of coronavirus pandemic by decongesting correctional centers, Understate Governor Oluwarotimi Akeredolu has ordered the release of 29 inmates. This announcement was made by the Chief Press Secretary to the Governor, Segun Ajiboye. According to him, the freed inmates are those who have served portions of their sentences after being duly sentenced to various terms of imprisonment. Akeredolu, according to the statement, believes that decongesting the Correctional Custodial Center also helped prevent the spread of the COVID-19, not only amongst inmates, but also the officials. Imo State government has debunked rumors making rounds in the state that there is a positive case of coronavirus disease at the Federal Medical Center in Owerri. Addressing journalists in Owerri, the state capital, chairman of the State COVID-19 Committee, Professor Maurice Iwo, says the rumor is false and untrue. Professor Iwo warned that the people against spreading rumors that can cause panic and fear in the state. According to him, the state government is doing all within its powers to prevent the outbreak of the disease, while noting that the state is yet to record any case. Away from that story, Nigeria's Center for Disease Control, NCDC, has refuted claims of a liquid measure used as a vaccine for COVID-19. On its official Twitter handle, the NCDC described the claims making the rounds on social media as false. According to the agency, there is presently no approved drug for COVID-19 by health authorities. It therefore called on Nigerians to only purchase and consume drugs at accredited pharmacies or health facilities. And still to come on the news tonight, German state make fast face mask compulsory. Central Bank of Nigeria's 50 billion naira COVID-19 fund disbursement begins Thursday. And in sports, UEFA to produce guidelines for associations who want to finish season early. Please do stay tuned.
It all began with one service in one church, but now the times have changed. We have stepped into greater glory, from one international headquarters to over 700 satellite churches worldwide. Salvation Ministries presents 7 awesome services with David Ibiomi. First service, 6 a.m. Second service, 7:30 a.m. Third service, 9 a.m. Fourth service, 10:30 a.m. Fifth service, 12 noon. And now for the exciting part. Youths, can you hear me? Join Youths Arise in the 6th service by 4:45 p.m. and 7th service business hour by 6 p.m. every Sunday at Salvation Ministries headquarters and all her satellite churches worldwide, or visit www.smhos.org.
Miracles are proofs that God is still working wonders in the affairs of men.
Every evil spirit behind any disease in your body, I command it right now. In the name of Jesus, come out of you in Jesus' name.
Join David Ibiomi for a special and impactful ministration on Salvation TV.
2 p.m. West African time every day.
Good to know you're still there. Around the foreign scene, all of Germany's states have announced plans to make face masks compulsory to combat the spread of coronavirus. Bremen became the final federal region to back the measures, with its Senate set to confirm the decision on Friday. Mask use will be compulsory on public transport throughout Germany, and nearly all states will also make face coverings mandatory when shopping. Recall that German Chancellor Angela Merkel strongly recommended their use last week when she eased lockdown rules nationwide. Still on the foreign scene, President Donald Trump says he will hold applications of foreign nationals seeking permanent residence in the U.S. because of coronavirus crisis. A day after he announced the move in an ambiguous tweet, Trump says the measure will protect American jobs. However, it is not clear how effective it will be, as most visa services have already been suspended because of the outbreak. However, critics say he is trying to distract attention away from his response to the virus. The U.S. has nearly 45,000 deaths. Spain's Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez says Spain will slowly ease its nationwide lockdown in the second half of May, provided authorities stay on top of the virus. Sanchez asked Parliament in Madrid for a third extension to the state of emergency until May 9. However, Spain, which had imposed its lockdown since March 14, with some of the tightest restrictions in Europe, has also announced looser restrictions on children, allowing them to leave their house. And now to business news, where we'll tell you that Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development is currently working with various farmers, crop producers, Poultry and Tractor Services Association to design a mechanism of providing special passes to be reorganized by the security agencies to facilitate free movement of foodstuff, perishables, farm inputs, livestock, and fish amid the current lockdown in some states to contain the spread of COVID-19 pandemic. Security agencies officials at both state and federal levels have also been mandated to, within the framework of the federal COVID-19 emergency action response plans, with relevant law enforcement agencies to develop modalities of ensuring easy movement of foodstuff, livestock, and farm inputs. Still talking business, former Vice President Atiku Abubakar says it is time for the country to build a strategic crude oil reserve with a capacity to hold at least 1 month worth of its Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries, OPEC, production capacity. Atiku in a statement says that if the country builds such infrastructure, it will not have to sell its crude oil at a production loss as a result of crash in the price of crude oil in the international market. Former Vice President, who was reacting to the crash of crude oil price as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic ravaging the world, noted that this is because the infrastructure will enable the country to stockpile the crude oil in its reserve until prices improve. Barring any last-minute change in plans, the disbursement of the first tranche of Central Bank of Nigeria 50 billion naira targeted credit facility will begin on Thursday. The fund, which is being managed by the Nestle Microfinance Bank, has received over 80,000 applications. Managing Director of Nestle Microfinance Bank, Abubakar Kure, confirmed the development, adding that those whose applications were successful will start receiving their fund on Thursday. In our sports news, we will tell you that the 4 Grand Slams and Tennis 3 governing bodies are finalizing a multi-million-dollar package of financial assistance for lower-ranked players. Details of the package, which is likely to be worth at least $6 million, are expected to be announced later this week. A player's ranking will be used as a starting point, but previous earnings and other income may be taken in consideration when players apply for support. Meanwhile, Novak Djokovic, Roger Federer, and Rafael Nadal are hoping top 100 singles and top 20 double players will contribute to a separate $1 million fund for men ranked outside the top 250. UEFA is set to announce the resumption date of the earlier postponed 2021 Women's European Championship to take place from July 6 to 31, 2022. The tournament to be held in England has been pushed back a year after the Men's European Championship and the Tokyo Olympics were both postponed until 2021 because of the global coronavirus pandemic. The intention is to use the same venues as the regional tournament. Moving the Euros to 2022 will avoid two women's tournaments in the same summer. Still talking sports, Barcelona are to give sponsor naming rights to the new camp for the first time and donate all the revenue to fighting coronavirus. Barca Stadium, which is known as Camp Nou in Catalan, has never had another name since opening in 1957. La Liga Champions has given the title right to Barca Foundation, who will find a sponsor for 2020-2021. Club says revenue will be used to fund research projects in the worldwide fight against the pandemic. And finally, UEFA will produce guidelines for associations that want to end their seasons early, but are strongly recommended that Europe's top leagues finish their season. All 55 associations received an update from a UEFA working group during a conference call. The group, which assesses the fixture calendar, gave a strong recommendation to finish domestic seasons, and it will make formal proposals to associations by mid-May at the latest. And that's it on the news tonight. Thanks for watching. I am Kenneth Okezie. God bless you and good night.
Salvation TV, restoring hope, transforming destinies.
Where all the prodigals have walked, and one